I got to ride the new KLX Supermoto at the Kawasaki event by my house here in Vista, California. Just like Kawasaki's slogan explains, it was definitely a good time. I rode 7 different bikes that day. I'm gonna do a bunch of review videos. But I rode this KLX Supermoto twice. It was that good. I'll throw a few specs on the screen if you guys want to look at that. But this is what it's like at a Good Times Roll tour here with Kawasaki. Just revving it a bit now, as you can hear. That guy started revving too.
Alright, we're not gonna wait until the last 2 rides to start that. No. Alright guys, we all ready, set, ready to go. I need a thumbs up from everyone. Alright, listen carefully for the name of your bike before departing Kawasaki. Sometimes the whole tour is such a good time. Roll. Z900 RS, Go Vulcan S. Z650 Supermoto.
And here we go. All right, guys, this is the start of the ride. It's so flickable. Man, is this thing light. Some people, that could be a big con, but let's just go through 5 different pros. Let me go through 5 different cons. And you feel free to throw anything down in the comments. You let me know if you've ridden this thing too. I cannot wait to honestly ride this thing again, but hopefully on track. That'd be tons of fun. All right, first pro. This thing's fuel injected. There's no carb. It's fuel injected, thank goodness. Wake up, Suzuki. You gotta get a fuel injection for that DRZ, man. I own a DRZ Supermoto. I've had that thing for almost 9 years now. Doesn't have a gas gauge. Yeah, sometimes the carb is just a pain, and I've had it die on me and all this stuff. You gotta warm it up with the choke and whatnot, and that takes a minute and stuff. It's just not turn, start, and go all the time on that DRZ. But hey, so the KLX here, let's talk about this. So fuel injection is definitely nice. It's not necessary, but I think that's a fantastic pro. I think some carbureted bikes still are completely fun though. And then I already mentioned this a little bit. Gas gauge, yeah, so that's huge for especially newer riders to think about, but I switched into Supermoto rims and tires from my DRZ because it was an S model, and it came with big rims, dirt tires, etc. So after that, I had to change my tachometer. It was so hard to track miles after that, and like how long I've been riding, so I had to just, it's nice having the gas gauge. It's nice having the RPMs and trip meter, all that. Usually trip meters on there on bikes, but I think that this thing having 6 gears is fantastic. So high speed, I'm not really sure what this thing does on its highest speed. I imagine anywhere 80 miles per hour and up. DRZ basically does that too stock. I've changed the gearing on mine to where it's geared a little bit shorter, so a little more low end torque. This thing's gonna do highway speeds just fine. It's not gonna die either, like wanting to pin it in 6th gear or something on the freeway. No, I think 6 gears could be plenty on the freeway with this bike. Let's move on to another pro here. So I think it's gonna be a great track bike. Super light, and I prefer that it doesn't have ABS. It's not gonna also punish you for making crazy mistakes. Some people get real freaked out without ABS, but the parking lot, practice emergency braking. Dude, go look at MotoJitsu's channel. He already has tons of free videos on emergency braking. Just go check that out. Learn the bike. The bike is fine. Just learn how to brake without ABS. It's also nice to have it on the street, so don't get me wrong. If this is a crutch for you, or beginner riders, brand new riders, not having ABS might freak you out, so that's something to also consider. But I'll tell you what, man, I started on that DRZ and never was a problem. Fishtailed maybe a couple times, just stabbing the rear brake too hard, just as a beginner rider, not using the front as much. So that's another pro. So last pro I'm gonna talk about is the cost. This thing cost way less than a DRZ. Not sure on the reliability, man. I'll tell you what, DRZ has been reliable for these past 9 years, except for when, I did like a fuel tank change and then making sure the airflow is all good, and sometimes when it's cold, it kind of freaks out. It's not jetted or anything too, so but I've had just some few problems here and there that like randomly it just won't start. That happens sometimes. Sometimes it's like the heat or the humidity. I don't know. So maybe getting a jet kit can fix that, but I'm just giving you my experience. Let's move on to the cons with this bike. Okay, I'm 6'1", roughly around 190 pounds, give or take. Depending on the weightlifting split I'm on right now. If I'm powerlifting or if I'm doing aesthetic stuff. a con here is like I'm pretty tall, and I would like higher handlebars. Kind of leaning forward a little bit on this thing. It's still upright technically. It's not like it feels like a sport bike with clip-ons like my buddy's 600 F4i or something in Honda. I'll tell you what, get bigger handlebars and it'd be much more fun. But first impression, first ride review, yeah, it's a little small. It kind of feels like a bicycle with an engine in it, like a motor or whatever. I think it's fun, man. I don't care. The cons don't matter to me. But okay, freeway. Let's get into freeway a little bit more. I don't think it would be the most enjoyable because it's a supermoto. So yes, it's upright, but dude, I've commuted on a DRZ so many times for an hour straight on the freeway going to do a session with Moto Jitsu at Chula Vista or something. Oh my gosh. Actually, one time I rolled up and my DRZ was spewing oil and I was testing for blue belt and I didn't pass that day. So I just unlocked a core bad memory that I stowed away. Anyway, steel braided brake lines would be nice on this bike. It doesn't come with it. So, I mean, really, we do hard, aggressive braking on track at these go-kart tracks we go to over here in Riverside, California. So there's SoCal Supermoto, there's Apex Kart Racing, and that would be nice. Maybe the rubber lines would explode or something like that. That's what I hear what happens. I've never had rubber lines on the track, so I don't know. Now a taller seat could be interesting. You know, I might want to experiment with that. I am pretty low to the ground, but it's also feels like I'm really tall. I don't know. I need to take some time and like if I could compare the KLX and the DRZ together, maybe I should just do that in another video, guys. I'll get that up on my channel. KLX versus DRZ, pros and cons, something like that. Let me know what you want to see in the comments. But let's compare the seat heights. I don't know. It just feels small all around. I don't know if that's just because of the handlebars. Like I have big old bars on my DRZ, so. Anyway, I would seriously love to ride this thing on track. So in conclusion, I think this thing would be an ultimate DRZ killer. I'll go as far as to say that. People are like, oh, it's only 250cc or whatever. And this is more than enough on a track, guys. Lighter is so much better on track, especially guys, none of you are, well, not none of you, but a low percentage of you are actually like doing club racing or anything like that. What a great place to start. So this is something I want to mention. I had a DRZ for going on 9 years now. I have a Z900 also from Kawasaki. Definitely a Cowie boy now. But there's so much power, and dude, I've just gotten a lot of my wiggles out on track, and then I have been humbled. You know, bigger is not always better. I can't imagine taking a Z900 to a little go-kart track or something like that. We're not going to be doing that, but going to Chuckwalla or something over here in California, it's like 3 hours away. A mechanic and his friend are like, yeah, just throw your bike on the trailer, let's go. And I'm like, what, really? So guys, find people in your life that are willing to help and you know, kind of train you up, that who are qualified and know what they're doing, obviously, but to have more fun and just, you know, learn as much as you can, ride as many bikes as you can. Why the heck do you think I'm riding like 7 different bikes on this one day? What an awesome opportunity to learn what you like, what you don't like, and be surprised. So I was pleasantly surprised with this KLX. This thing is definitely a little ripper around the street. Gas mileage, not sure. I think we've got like it's a 2-gallon tank. DRZ is 1.8, so I just gotta make that stab right there. I think it's a little bit bigger of a gas tank. Oh, but then I don't know about reserve. So reserve tank versus, you know, if there's even a reserve tank here on the KLX compared to the DRZ. I'm getting ahead of myself on a different video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is just me now returning back to Ride Now and Vista with the whole group here. I gotta just give you one last tidbit before I leave, and it's that if you're seriously considering a first bike right now, throw this into the queue. Throw this into like your top 5. I would seriously consider this as a fantastic starter bike. And here's the beauty: you get bored with it, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go immediately sell it and grab another bike? No, go to the track, see if there's a go-kart track around you where supermotos come and rip and have fun, and just have a blast. Just go and learn. Just learn supermoto, foot out, knee down, whatever you like. I've been primarily doing a lot of foot out from what Brian was teaching us at SoCal Supermoto. Very beginner friendly, a really easy concept. And I would love to sell my DRZ and get this thing instead, but one last tidbit as a conclusion. DRZ is actually being sold in December to SoCal Supermoto. So Brian, the owner, is actually buying the bike, getting it for a good deal, and he threw in a track day for me. So the only way I'm okay with me getting rid of my Supermoto is because I'm going to physical therapy school. I'm not going to have a lot of time right now. But I could potentially go ride that same bike at the track, to sign up for the track day and have fun. So that's kind of what's going on in my life for you guys. Hope you like this review. Just throw everything in the comments. Have a conversation with me in the comments. I answer almost all of them. This bike, I gotta give it a solid A. What a fun time. Peace.